Hi, welcome to English Hamster. Are you learning English? Great. Here we learn through stories. They are simple and interesting. You can improve English while learning knowledge. Remember to subscribe, like and comment. Let's get started.
Why English Rules the World: The Journey to Global Power. Hello, everybody. Welcome to English Hamster. I hope you are all doing well. Today, I want to talk about something very important. Have you ever wondered why English is the most spoken and important language in the world? You can find it everywhere. Whether you are traveling, watching movies, listening to music, or using social media, English is there. But why is it the most powerful language? How did it become the global language? Let's find out. The early days of English. A long time ago, about 1,500 years ago, English was not the language of the world. In fact, it was only spoken by a small group of people in England. Back then, powerful languages like Latin, Greek, Chinese, and Arabic were the ones that ruled the world. These languages were used in big empires, for trade, and in religion. English, on the other hand, was just a simple language spoken by a small group of people on an island. So, how did English go from a tiny local language to the #1 language in the world? The story begins with history, power, and trade. England's rise, a big navy and a bigger empire. Imagine it's the 1600s. England is starting to grow stronger, but it's still not the biggest country in the world. Spain and France are bigger and more powerful. However, England had a secret weapon, a very strong navy. The British built the strongest navy in the world. They used it to travel the seas, explore new lands, and take control of many countries. Soon, England controlled places like India, parts of Africa, Australia, and parts of America. Wherever the British went, they brought their language with them. And even when these countries became independent, English stayed important. Today, countries like India, Nigeria, and South Africa still use English as an official language in government, schools, and businesses. But there's more to the story. This was just the beginning of English becoming the language of the world. The power of the United States. Now, let's jump to the year 1945. This was a very important time. The world had just gone through a huge war, World War II. Many powerful countries like Britain, Germany, and France were left in ruins. Their cities were destroyed and their economies were broken. Millions of people lost their lives. But there was one country that became stronger after the war, the United States of America. The United States did not suffer much damage during the war. In fact, it grew even stronger. Its economy was booming, and it had the most advanced technology and the strongest government. As a result, America became the most powerful country in the world. After the war, the United States led the world in many areas: politics, science, entertainment, and business. And with America's rise came the second wave of English's power. English became even more important because the U.S. was now leading the world. The dollar, the language of money, one of the biggest reasons English became so powerful was money. After World War II, the American dollar became the main currency of the world. This meant that almost every country started using the dollar for trading, banking, and business. Think about it. When countries buy oil, they pay in dollars. When companies from different countries trade with each other, they use dollars. When people invest in global markets, they do it in dollars. And because money and business are closely linked, English became the language of business. This is why, if you want to work for an international company, negotiate deals, or start a global business, you need to know English. The world of entertainment and pop culture. Another reason why English became so powerful was because of the entertainment industry. After World War II, America became the leader in movies, music, and pop culture. Before the war, people all over the world enjoyed movies and music in their own languages. But after the war, things started to change. Hollywood, the center of the American movie industry, started making the biggest films in the world. At the same time, American music became very popular. Think about some of the biggest movies and music of the 20th century. They were all in English. Famous movies, famous music artists, and even famous TV shows were all from America. People all over the world began watching these movies and listening to American music. This made more and more people want to learn English. They wanted to understand their favorite movies and songs better. Even today, most of the popular TV shows, movies, and music come from the US, thanks to Hollywood and American pop culture. Millions of people around the world learn English without even realizing it. The Internet, English on every screen. Today, most of us can't live without the Internet. We use it for everything: learning, working, shopping, and entertainment. But when the Internet was first created, almost everything was in English. The first websites, the first social media platforms, and the first tech companies like Google, Microsoft, and Apple were all American. Even the programming languages used to build the Internet were in English. Because of this, English became the language of the online world. If you want to do anything online, whether it's using websites, software, or social media, you need to know English. Most websites are in English, and many tech companies require knowledge of English. Even today, if you want to succeed in the digital world, you need to understand English. In fact, many of the most famous companies, like Facebook, Amazon, and Twitter, all use English. If you want to use the Internet effectively, or even start your own online business, knowing English is a must. Science and technology. English leads the way. English also became the global language of science and technology. The most important scientific research, medical discoveries, and technological innovations are published in English. The best universities in the world teach in English, and the top scientific journals are written in English too. For example, if you are a scientist or doctor and you want to share your research with the world, you must write it in English. If you are an engineer or inventor, you need to know English to work with others from different countries. That's why students and professionals from countries like China, Brazil, and Russia all study English. They know that if they want to be part of global progress, they must speak the global language. So, whether you're working in science, technology, or medicine, English is essential. It opens doors to new ideas, discoveries, and collaborations with people all over the world. Military and political power. Another reason English became the dominant language is because of the military and political power of the United States. After World War II, America became not only the strongest economy, but also the most powerful military force in the world. This political power made English even more important. The United Nations, the world's most important organization for global peace, uses English as one of its official languages. NATO, the military alliance between many countries, also uses English as its main language. And when world leaders meet to discuss important issues, they often speak English. If you want to be involved in global politics, understand international relations, or work for the United Nations, speaking English is a must. Why English is the most useful language. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Even though English is not the most spoken language in the world, it is still the most useful. Mandarin Chinese has more native speakers, and Spanish is spoken in many countries, but English is still the most powerful language in history. Why is that? Because of business, entertainment, the internet, science, and global politics. English is the language of money, success, and opportunity. If you know English, you can get better job opportunities anywhere in the world. Travel easily and communicate with people from different countries. Learn new skills faster because most educational content is in English. Start an international business and reach more customers. Enjoy global entertainment without waiting for translations. English is not just a language, it's a global skill. This is why English is so important for people around the world. If you can speak and understand English, you can connect with others no matter where they are from. It opens up a world of opportunities for you. The future of English. Now you might be asking, will English always be the global language, or could another language like Chinese or Spanish replace it? Well, let's think about it. English is still getting stronger. One thing we know for sure is that English is not going away. In fact, it is growing stronger. Right now, over 1.5 billion people are learning English. That's almost 20% of the world's population. Even in countries where English is not the main language, like China, Russia, and Brazil, people are learning English. Schools are making English a required subject, and many people are taking English classes to improve their job opportunities. The demand for English is increasing every year. People know that if they speak English, they can get better jobs, travel the world, and connect with people everywhere. That's why English is becoming even more important. The digital world is built in English. We live in a connected world. The internet is at the center of our lives, and English is the language of the digital world. More than 50% of websites are in English, and most software programming languages are based on English. If you want to work in tech, social media, or digital marketing, you need to know English. Even if you're just using social media, you'll see that many posts, hashtags, and trends are in English. If you want to be part of the online world, knowing English is essential. The internet is full of opportunities, and knowing English gives you access to all of them. See, English is a life skill. Learning English is no longer just about speaking a language. It's a life skill. In today's world, if you want to succeed in business, travel, education, or entertainment, you need English. People from all over the world are studying English because they know it will help them reach their goals. Could another language replace English? Now, let's look at some of the other powerful languages in the world. Could one of them replace English? 1. Mandarin Chinese. Chinese has the most native speakers, with over 1.3 billion people speaking it. China is a rising global power, and its economy is growing fast. But despite all of this, Chinese is unlikely to replace English. Why? Because Chinese is very difficult to learn. It uses characters, not an alphabet, and its grammar and pronunciation are not easy for many people to understand. In fact, even in China, many people are learning English. Chinese students and professionals prefer to learn English because it gives them access to a larger global market. So, even though Chinese is important, it's not likely to replace English as the global language. 2. Spanish. Spanish is spoken by over 500 million people, and it is the official language of more than 20 countries. But despite this, Spanish is mostly spoken in Latin America and Spain. Outside these areas, it is not widely used. Many Spanish-speaking countries prioritize English for business, education, and technology. Spanish is growing, but it's not strong enough to replace English globally. English still dominates the digital world, international trade, and scientific research. 3. Artificial intelligence and translation. Some people believe that AI-powered translation tools like Google Translate will make English less important. After all, if we can use AI to translate any language in real time, why would we need to learn English? But here's the problem. AI translation is still not perfect. Even the best translation tools make mistakes, and business leaders, scientists, and professionals will always prefer to communicate directly in one common language. Even if translation technology improves, English will still be necessary for global business, education, and communication. The future of English, stronger than ever. So, what does the future hold for English? The truth is, English is not just staying strong, it's growing stronger. As we move forward, English will continue to play an essential role in our lives. Here's why. 1. More people are learning English every day. As of now, over 1.5 billion people are learning English worldwide. That's almost 20% of the world's population. Countries like China, Brazil, and Russia, where English is not the first language, are making English a mandatory subject in schools. People from all walks of life, students, professionals, and business owners, are studying English to open up more opportunities. English has become a vital skill, not just a language. It's something people need to succeed in the global economy. With more people learning English every day, the language will continue to grow in importance. 2. The internet runs on English. Think about it. When you go online, most websites and apps are in English. Social media platforms, online courses, and search engines are all primarily in English. If you want to succeed in the digital world, English is essential. Even when people from non-English speaking countries post content, they often use English hashtags to reach a bigger audience. The internet has connected the world, and English is the bridge that allows people from different countries to communicate and share ideas. Without English, you'll miss out on a huge part of the digital world. 3. English is a tool for personal growth. Learning English isn't just about finding a job or traveling, it's about personal growth. By learning English, you have access to some of the best knowledge in the world. The top universities teach in English. Most research papers and books on self-improvement are written in English. If you want to learn new skills, English is the key to unlocking those resources. Whether you want to learn about business, science, technology, or art, most of the best resources are in English. Knowing English allows you to expand your knowledge and grow as a person. It's not just a skill, it's a path to learning and improving. 4. English is the language of opportunities. English has become the global language of business. If you want to work for an international company or start your own business, you need to know English. Many jobs require English, especially those in multinational companies. Being able to communicate in English opens doors to better paying jobs, promotions, and opportunities to work with clients and businesses from all over the world. In fact, people who speak English fluently often earn higher salaries. It's no surprise that millions of people around the world spend years studying English to improve their job prospects. Whether it's working remotely for a company in the United States or building an international business, English is a tool for success. 5. Travel and explore the world. Imagine traveling to different countries and being able to communicate with people from all over the world. English makes that possible. Whether you're in Paris, New York, Tokyo, or Cairo, you'll find that people understand you if you speak English. It's the language of global travel. Not knowing English can make traveling difficult and stressful. But when you speak English, you can ask for directions, order food, and communicate with people wherever you go. English is your passport to a world of experiences. 6. English is the key to global connections. In today's world, we are more connected than ever before. We work with people from all over the globe, share ideas through social media, and communicate instantly with anyone, anywhere. And the language that makes all this possible is English. If you speak English, you can connect with people from different countries, cultures, and backgrounds. You can collaborate on projects, make friends from around the world, and even start global businesses. English is not just a language, it's a way to connect and build relationships with people everywhere. What's next for English? The future of English is bright. It will continue to grow in importance, and more people will learn it every year. English will remain the language of business, science, entertainment, and technology. The digital world will continue to use English as its primary language, and even with the rise of AI and other languages, English will still play a central role in global communication. The challenge: will you learn English? Now, I want to ask you a question. Do you want to be part of this global movement? Do you want to open the doors to better job opportunities, travel the world, and connect with people from all over the globe? Learning English is not just about memorizing words and grammar. It's about changing your life. It's about improving your future and opening up new possibilities for yourself. If you commit to learning English, you will change your life in ways you never thought possible. So let's make it happen. Start practicing English every day. Read, write, listen, and speak as much as you can. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Keep improving and never give up. The more you practice, the better you'll get, and soon you'll see the results. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that learning English was the best decision you ever made. How English can change your life. Now, let's talk about something even more important: how learning English can completely transform your life. Imagine this: you live in a small town and you speak only your native language. It might seem fine at first, but then you start to see the world around you in a different way. You want to watch movies, but they are all in English. Read books, but the best ones are in English. Learn new skills, but most tutorials are in English. Apply for jobs, but they require English. Travel to other countries, but no one speaks your language. Suddenly, your world feels smaller. You feel stuck. The world is moving forward, but you're left behind because you don't speak English. The opportunities that others have are closed off to you, but here's the good news: you can change this. The power of speaking English fluently. Let's turn this story around. Let's imagine a life where you speak English fluently. What happens then? 1. Better job opportunities. when you speak English, your career possibilities explode. You can apply for high-paying jobs in big international companies. You can work for companies in the United States, the United Kingdom, or Canada. You can easily communicate with clients from different countries. If you run your own business, you can sell to people around the world. English opens doors to jobs that you may never have even thought about before. The crazy thing is, many people spend years working in their own countries, earning small salaries. But someone who learns English can double or even triple their income. How? Because they now have access to a bigger market and better opportunities. Many people in countries around the world study subjects like engineering, medicine, or law. But they don't get jobs because they don't speak English. Meanwhile, someone who speaks English can get a high-paying remote job with just a laptop and an internet connection. That's the power of English. 2. Travel without limits. Have you ever wanted to travel to new cities? Whether it's Paris, London, New York, or Tokyo, speaking English makes travel much easier. When you get off a plane in a foreign country, most signs are in English. When you check into a hotel, the staff will often speak English. If you get lost, you can ask for directions in English, and someone will understand you. Wherever you go in the world, you'll find people who speak English, and that makes travel much less stressful. But imagine if you don't know English. Suddenly, traveling becomes difficult. You may not be able to ask for directions or read signs. Without English, traveling can be confusing and frustrating. But with English, the world becomes your playground, full of new places and experiences. 3. Learn anything, anywhere. Do you have big dreams? Do you want to become a doctor, an artist, a business owner, or a scientist? Whatever your dream is, you need knowledge. And guess where 90% of the world's knowledge is stored? In English. Think about it, the best universities teach in English. The most powerful self-help books are written in English. The top online courses and tutorials are in English. If you don't know English, you miss out on all of this. But if you do know English, you can access all the information you need to learn and grow. You can take online courses, read books, and watch videos in English, all of which will help you reach your goals. 4. Build global connections. The world is more connected than ever before. We work with people from all over the world, communicate through social media, and share ideas instantly. And the language that makes all of this possible is English. When you speak English, you can connect with people from different countries, cultures, and backgrounds. You can collaborate on projects, make new friends, and even start businesses with people from all over the globe. English allows you to be part of a global community. 5. English is freedom. When you speak English, you feel free. Free to travel, free to communicate, free to learn, and free to succeed. The world opens up to you in a way that would be impossible without English. English is not just a tool for work or school. It's a tool for freedom. It allows you to move through the world with confidence. It gives you the power to make your dreams come true, no matter where you're from. Are you ready to change your life? So, here's the big question. Are you ready to learn English? Are you ready to change your life? Learning English isn't always easy. It takes time, practice, and effort, but it's worth it. Every minute you spend learning English brings you closer to a future filled with opportunities. Start small. Read in English every day. Listen to English podcasts. Watch movies in English. Speak with others even if it feels uncomfortable at first. The more you practice, the easier it will become. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about improving every day. Even if you make mistakes, keep going. Mistakes are part of the learning process. In the end, learning English is one of the best investments you can make in yourself. The world is waiting for you. You can achieve amazing things, and English will help you get there.
Hey, if you learned something new today, please give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second and it really helps to create more English videos for you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.